Tom, yes, William, terrific to have you joining us here. How was Tower of London's piece of work this morning?
He looks very well. He looks like he's travelled over very well. The connections are happy with him. And what I felt this morning, it was, I suppose it was a routine bit of work, and he had a bit of a click up the stretch. But I was really happy with him. He moved well, and he really showed his well-being.
We haven't seen him at the races since May. Fitness-wise, what sort of gauge could you get on him this morning?
I think he's fit. He's ready to go. I wouldn't have any doubts about that. I think this morning was his final serious piece, and you know, I think the whole idea behind it was to put him spot on for Sunday.
And when you look at the field, the Hong Kong sprinters have a strong record in this race. What do you make of Tower of London Tapes?
I think he has a good chance. It's obviously it's a tough race. I mean, you've got the other Japanese runner down and Smash, and obviously the local horse Hot King Prawn, who's obviously going to be a hard horse to beat on home ground, and obviously Classic Legend as well. So it's a top class sprint as you would expect.
And this is a ride for the Japanese arm of the Godolphin operation. You've ridden for them before. You've also ridden for them all around the world, the UK, Dubai, the Australian arm of Godolphin. It must be a privilege for you as a jockey to be in that position where you can go anywhere in the world and ride these top-class horses. Yeah,
absolutely right. No, it's an absolute privilege, and you know, it's a great team behind it all, and yeah, I'm just very privileged to get the call up to ride these horses, and you know, to get the call up to ride Tower of London in Hong Kong is great.
And you have ridden Tower of London in Japan before, earlier on in his career. How's he developed from the feel that you've got of the horse?
He feels like he's matured. When I rode him, he came in Tokyo. He was off the back of a layoff, and he ran well. The race didn't actually pan out for him that day, but he ran home strong, and you know, he really showed some good form after that run. But I felt that the difference from today when I rode him last time, which I think was 18 months ago to 2 years ago, was he's a horse he's really matured, and you know, he looks like a proper sprinter now.
Not only will you be riding Tower of London on Sunday, but also Dan on Premium, who brings some really strong Japanese form lines to the Cup. What do you make of his hopes?
Yeah, I was very pleased to pick up the ride on Dan and Premium. I think he's got some great form, and his last run in the Tenno show behind Almond Eye, when he was fourth, I think that's probably as good a form as any in the race. Obviously, Magical is a very consistent high-class filly, and she never ever runs a bad race. So she probably is the overall pick. But I think you know, I'm very happy with Dan and Premium, and if he runs to his best, I'm sure he'll run a great race. Obviously, you know, Furore is coming into the race of a strong win the last day. So again, he has. You know, he has a local advantage being based here, so you know, it's not going to be an easy race, but I'm very happy with the horse I've picked up.
And you've got some great experience with the local horses as well too, as far as your Hong Kong racing experience is concerned. You scored a memorable Group 1 triumph a couple of years ago on Pakistan Star in the QE2 Cup. What are your memories like of that day, William?
Yeah, it was a great day. It was a lucky ride for me. I picked him up last minute, and yeah, it was a fantastic day, and obviously he's a special horse, and you know, that day he was very impressive. So yeah, I have very fond memories of that day.
And just a final one for you, William. This is the final big meeting for the calendar year for 2020. It's been such a strange, unique year, but from your point of view, you've partnered with a special horse this year in Guyeth. Just tell us a bit about your year and a bit about getting to ride Guyeth this season.
Yeah, of course. I mean, this year's been difficult for everybody around the world, but you know, we had a bit of we had a 2-month break in the UK due to what happened, but we got back on track, and obviously Guyeth, he was due to run in at the Dubai World Cup meeting, but he never, obviously that got called off, so he didn't make that engagement. And then he ran in the Coronation Cup, which was this year was at Newmarket, but he was super impressive. He backed that up in the Eclipse where he beat Enable. Then he backed that up in the Jodmund International where he beat Magical. So, you know, he was a fantastic horse, and he really was top draw. I think he was the kind of racehorse that he could just do things that no other horse could. And yeah, he was an absolute pleasure to ride. He's a very, very exciting horse, and hopefully now, you know, he'll be just as successful at stud.
Absolutely. Well, William, we really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. Let's hope there's more Group 1 glory for you here in Hong Kong on Sunday at Sha Tin.
Thank you very much.